Welcome back, guys, and today we are looking at some more from Plunderlings. To be more specific, this is the PlunderStrong, one of the bigger type characters. And I thought I was done with Plunderlings for the year because I already got those 2 extra Plunderlings, and then I got all those hatchling bodies. This was kind of a surprise because it launched on BigBadToyStore as an exclusive. I believe that this figure was a Kickstarter goal and a stretch goal, and it didn't make it. So to see this one kind of pop up as an exclusive, give us some new product, I think is really cool. And this one has some different personality than just your average Plunderling or PlunderStrong. He has the beard, he has the hand cannon, the peg leg, so really cool. Got him. Now I'm gonna have to rearrange the whole shelf, but that's okay. If you're not familiar with these products, they come in this kind of shipping crate, kind of like the old Boglins. Really cool. Got some extra heads. And then on the back, you get a nice product shot. So Tinker Skiff, this is our PlunderStrong. I'm gonna be excited for that captain's hat there. So we're gonna go ahead, get him out, and then check him out, get him on the shelf with the rest of the crew. So here's our Tinker Skiff PlunderStrong. Again, this was a Big Bad exclusive, so this one kind of came out of nowhere. I think it was part of a stretch goal that never happened with the Kickstarter, but we got it at Big Bad, so really cool. So just looking at some of the details on this figure, you know, I love the bearded look. This might be my first Plunderling character with a beard, so that's pretty cool. There's always some nice overspray in the ears, so this is kind of more of the grimacing look. So there's a few different expressions that we'll go over. He does have this leather belt, some nice detail there. You can see some of the cuts there, paint on the buckles, this nice sash with some pockets. So he's got 2 pockets there, and then you have the tie off right there, which is pretty cool. So what makes this character unique is that he does have a peg leg. So I believe this is the first PlunderStrong with a peg leg. I do have a Plunderlong with one. I'll bring him out in a minute. But this is the first character that comes with this kind of gun arm, this cannon, which is pretty cool. Has a little scope there. You can see the rivets from all the bolts. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a new character. They haven't released anything new in a while, so I had to jump on this one. And this is more of the teal variety. I think I now have all teal characters in each size. So at the end, I'll pull them all out and we'll show kind of a compare and contrast. Let's look at some of the articulation with this guy. And the PlunderStrongs are pretty unique in the sense that their arms are so long, so they have this really cool wingspan. I mean, it just looks super awesome because they're kind of ogre-like. They have these really long arms, and it just always looks super cool when you extend their arms out. Now, it'll be a little hard, but the PlunderStrongs do have a pretty cool range of motion with their diaphragm, and it's a little hard with this buckle there, but they can look all the way down. They're going to have to look down to look at those smaller characters. But Lone Coconut, the creators, they put this cool hinge back there. So normally if this belt wasn't there, it would be a little easier to kind of do that. But you can still get down pretty well with the belt on. And looking at the arms, you do get a bicep swivel. There is a single jointed elbow. And then you do get a little bit of waist swivel. Legs, thigh cut. Then you do get double jointed knees. And there's a hinge at the foot and a little bit of a rocker. So standard articulation for the PlunderStrongs. The peg leg is not articulated, it's just kind of solid there. But I do like the design aspect of these. They're a little easier to stand because of their big feet. And this guy comes with some really cool accessories. So let's get all those out. Let's check them out. We've already seen this cannon attached to Tinker Skiff's arm, and it is really cool. However, you can see that there is a plug in there for some sort of blast effect. Now, they do make separate accessory kits where it is meant for blast, so they do make stuff that can go in there. I just wish for this figure they would have put it in, because some of those accessory sets are really hard to get, so I'll have to hunt those down if I want the full look of the blast coming out of here. So that's one thing I would have liked to see them add into the set. Let's look at some of the extras. You do get a set of smaller hands, and if you're wondering why do you get these are actually good to go with any of your hatchlings. So if you bought more of these hatchling bodies, they would fit there if you wanted some more fisted hands, but they also fit the Plunderling size characters and the PlunderStrong size characters. Now, I don't like to match the hatchlings with the PlunderStrongs because I think their heads are too big, so they look kind of goofy. But if I did want to get more of these bodies, then I'd have an extra fisted hands, which I think is neat that they threw that in there. So now you do get an assortment of hands for Tinker Skiff. So he does come with an open right hand, which is pretty cool. And then he does come with a set of gripping hands. He has 2 items, so if you want him to be holding both, you can. So if you're wondering if there's just nothing underneath there, if it's just a stump, it's actually removable, so you can take the cannon off, and then you can put the other hand on there. So if you wanted him to have 2 hands, he can, but I think he looks way cooler with the cannon. So I'm probably going to display him with this. And one of my favorite features of the Plunderlings line is that they have magnetic hats. So you can see the magnet right there. There is a magnet on the inside of the head. So this goes on just like that. But if you want to swap out this hat, maybe give him one from a different character, you know, either one is fine. So you can mix and match from your other Plunderling characters and put them on. So maybe that one doesn't fit all that well, but it's still magnetic, so it hangs on there just the same. So still pretty cool. And looking at the detail on the hat, you can see that fishbone. So it has some gold paint there, and then this dried up fishbone, which is pretty neat. So I do like that that was included there. Has some nice creases on it. Put that on his head again. Then you do get 2 facial expressions. You get one with the open mouth with the teeth showing, and then kind of this gritted teeth look. I just looked over at my other 3 PlunderStrongs, and I have 2 with the open mouth, 1 with the gritted teeth, so I'll probably keep this closed mouth look on there. But these 2, just so you get a good look, there's the magnet on the inside, and that's how that hat sticks on there. So just pretty cool engineering, I think. Makes this toy line extra special. So you can really have a lot of fun with this, mixing and matching different accessories. And then other than his gun barrel as an accessory, you do get 2 things that he can hold. You do have this fishing line, which I think is the first time I'm getting this in the Plunderlings line. So nice paint on the grip, some nice detail. You have the string there that's on pretty tight, some silver paint on the hook, and then you have the rolling piece here. It doesn't actually move, so that's probably just to keep this tight. So it's more just for show, but it has a nice shape to it, cool design. This is pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll probably look for a character that doesn't have an accessory, and I'll have him holding one, and then I can put this accessory in one of those characters' hands. So always good to add more of these to the collection. My favorite accessory is this jug of rum, maybe, but just some cool detail. It's very cartoony. I think it just looks really fun. So the wood casing that you have here, the grip on the handle, the label here with those 3 X's, and then this translucent plastic for the jug. I think that's super cool. And then there's the cork. So really fun accessory. This would actually be funny to pair with one of these characters because it's so big, but we'll put that right in his hand, see how that fits, and goes in nice and snug. So pretty cool. He has this big drink and doesn't throw off the balance, so I think that looks pretty fun. And just showing off one of the other characters I have with the peg leg is this Plunderlong Rusty Tinker. I think that's his name, but I'm really glad that they didn't just like reuse another peg leg. So he has a wooden one where the Tinker Skiff has the metal one. So even though there's reuse in a lot of the line, they do try to mix and match these accessories so that there's some different personality. And I mean, look, even just changing the headset and the different accessories gives this guy a whole bunch of personality, which I think is awesome. Here are all of my teal characters, and this is the only set that I have where I have each different version of the Plunderlings in each size of the same color. So you have the Hatchlings, the Plunderlings, Plunderlongs, and PlunderStrongs. So just really cool to have all of the same color and all different sizes, just kind of match them up as one big family. So I think it's really fun. So really cool. You can see, even though they're different sizes, they each have their own particular personality. Different accessories that can be swapped. If I wanted to give the swords or the different hats to the other characters, I can do that. So really cool. And that's all I got for now, folks. This is for what I think is the only or the last of the Plunderlings products that I have in my collection coming for now. I don't have anything on pre-order. There's a bunch of stuff that has been teased but not announced yet, so I think I'm going to hold tight because this collection's already grown tremendously since I've added all these hatchling bodies. So now I have to find room for this guy. So let me know if you guys pick these up. I'm, again, a big fan of the line, so I hope there are other people that enjoy it as much as I do. So until the next episode, we'll catch you next time.